What up, guys? It's the Yungavelle back at it with another video. So, I'm here with my best friend and producer. Y'all seen him before.
What up, people?
Yeah, so we're here at our other local kava establishment. Hopefully you guys can hear us well.
No, you go on the other side.
So, this is a public service announcement for anybody who feels like giving up. And I felt like making this video because you know how life goes in seasons, right? I feel like we're in a season right now where things are slowing down and we're resting up. And it's funny how when you're in that season and you're resting, you might find that you might have a tendency to overdo it and fall into old habits, old vices, just because you're in that quiet season and you've been pushing, and now you feel like, you know what? You have that urge of like giving up almost, but it's like, let me take a rest, you know, let me ease up, but it's to the extent that it doesn't really serve you.
I'd agree with that. And like, I have to tilt a little bit. In times when we're resting up and we have this excess amount of energy and we're, you know, just chilling at home during slower times in our lives where we're not being, you know, steered in every direction by our reactions, we actually have some time to think. We want to spend that energy, especially when you're doing retention and you've built up past 30 days and you feel this spark inside of yourself. It's like you got a wad full of cash and you're walking into the strip club, or you're going you know what I'm saying, or you're going into the mall. Like, you want to spend that energy. You want to spend that cash. But I think that's the difference between having, you know, a short-term fix or a long-term happiness. And trust me, it's you want to go out there and spend that energy and feel like the man, but at the end of the day, you're going to be right back at square one, maybe even square negative one.
Yeah,
you know, minus square one.
Because what might happen is that, and you brought this up the other day, where you're like, I feel like it's harder to get back to where I was.
Yep.
Like, you go so far on whatever the path is for you. Check out my latest video, capital T, capital P. You go so far on whatever the path is for you. You get up high, and then remember, there's nothing wrong with resting. Like, we all have to rest. We all can't just continually push forward. That goes back to filling the well. You know, like, you have to take time to fill your well again. But that doesn't mean that when you're in that point of rest, fall all the way back. Because when you fall back, like, off of the path, quote unquote, you might fall lower than you were before, and it might take you double as long because you got yourself so high.
But on the other end of the spectrum, when you do get back up and you sit back in that seat, you're not gonna be as tempted to leave that seat as much anymore.
For
the
sure.
Second time around, you hit 30 days for a second time, you're like, I'm not gonna talk to this chick, I'm not gonna do that, I'm not gonna spill the cup of Hermes, man. You know, I'm gonna hold on to my power. Hold on to your power, even when you feel the strongest and you wanna flex and show your power. You need to invest your energy, just like money, man. Instead of blowing it, invest it. Look into a different path and see how it'll help you out in the long run, because I guarantee you after 30 days you're entering godhood, and that's something you don't want to release.
It's like sometimes when I'm on the path for a long enough time and there's, like, you know, girls coming my way and stuff like that, I'll tell myself, I'm good. I'm good. And it's just so, it's a natural thing that comes up in my mind now. It's like a protective mechanism of my energy, of my seed, or for me it's a protective mechanism keeping me on the path. My mind saying, I'm good. You know?
And it's okay to fall off, man. Everyone does.
Yeah.
And sometimes people think a lot differently when looking from the flat of their back, you know?
And that's another thing. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. That's another thing. Failure is just as much of part of the process as success.
Best lessons.
You know, like, that's, because guess what? Like, we're all not perfect. I'm not perfect. I made a video about the path, my last video, and I fell off the path. You feel me? So, like, we are all out here, and I realize, you know what? failure is as equal as a part of success, as long as you learn and as long as you stay
from it.
committed to the path. You stay committed to the path, then that makes every failure count. You know, but it's just interesting to feel that now, because we all felt the push towards the end of 2021 where we were going, and we were super productive, and we kind of made it right past the new year, and then, you know, a couple of people got sick or whatever, and their productivity slowed down, and it kind of moved people into the season where it's kind of their winter, you know what I'm saying, where things kind of slow down. And my buddy brought up a good point. He was like, how can I replicate seasons? And I don't think that you can replicate a season. You know, I think it's something that you just move into. But what I think you can do is, when your spring and your summer comes, for whatever time in your life that comes, when those things start to fruit or bear fruit, whatever it is you've harvested, those seeds, you harvest them in a way where that harvest is going to last you through your winter. Because winter is coming. Like, your season where you got to slow down, that's coming for all of us, because time moves in cycles. Your growth moves in, well, I don't want to say your growth, because people are different, but your time moves in cycles. So I think if you're able to harvest in a way that makes it helps you to last through your winter, I think that's the way to do it. But don't mistake your winter, your slow time, for the time to fall all the way back, you know?
Like the grasshopper and the ant, man. You know, the ant collected all winter, the grasshopper fucked off, fell off the wagon. Guess who died? The grasshopper. Guess who made it through the winter? The ant.
Damn, look at that. Lessons from a bug's life, man. So this is just a quick little public service announcement for anyone who feels like giving up. You know, when you're on that time where you got to slow up, do not give up.
Do not give up. Keep your hands to yourself.
Yup, failure is just a part of the process, just as much as success. Stay on the path, whatever it is that means for you.
And if you fall off, just get back up, man. Just get back up. Do it. The results are always worth it.
It is worth it.
Always.
It really is.
Always.
So guys, like we always say, if you got anything from this video, be sure to share it, like it, comment, subscribe, follow my boy Storbo, best friend / producer. And like I always say, guys, until next time, a greater perspective can lead to a greater connection. Peace.
Jackpot, they say silence is golden. I observe, stay in my own lane like the pace car. I just shoulder my burdens. Got my fingers on the keys and I'm feeling like the space bar. Open doors that lead to success. But will there be relief from the stress? It's like me trying to speak to the deaf. No code.